Welcome to Flyers pregame. It is Flyers late night hockey once again. Jason Myrtetus, Brian Smith, Flyers game day. Flyers in the Vegas Golden Knights tonight from Vegas. And Bry, 10-game winless streak. It's a tough matchup tonight against a good team, but a team that has not played that great and a team that's missing some pieces, but an opportunity for the Flyers to end this thing on the road.
Yeah, the Flyers coming into this overall week here have got some opportunities, and I'm really hoping they can take advantage of at least one of them because this has gone on too long at this point. The New Jersey game we thought was going to be a good spot for them. Couldn't quite get that done, so maybe getting on the road, clearing their head a little bit, gives them a good opportunity here tonight. Obviously, Vegas has been a tough place to play for a lot of teams since the Golden Knights joined the league, but the Flyers have had some success here. They actually won their first 2 games in this building before losing in 1920 on their visit out there. So, back when other teams were, just being mowed down by the Golden Knights as they came through town, the Flyers were one of the teams that was able to get stuff done. So, hopefully that translates to some more success tonight. They've had another game under Mike Yeo, and probably some more film sessions at least to get a look at things. Another morning skate today, and so it's the hope that some of this stuff is going to start taking effect, and then they can start working their way out of this funk.
Yeah, and so much of that has to become habitual and instinct for
Right.
the team, because at the NHL level, you think you're not going to win. It's hard to believe, Brian. Like, as we get older and we have kids, and for those that are listening that have kids right now, they'll understand this because time seems to speed up.
Right.
Everything goes by faster, days, weeks, years. The days are long, but the weeks go by and the years fast.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like that long ago that the Flyers won a game, but it feels like an eternity ago in a lot of ways. It was November 16th. And as we sit here on December 10th, that from a calendar standpoint, it's been so long.
Right. And it's when you sit back and get into one of these things, you're just wondering when it's going to break.
It's like breaking a fever.
It's a weird comparison, but it's almost like COVID, right?
Yeah.
Like when COVID started, everybody thinking, all right, we'll be out of this in 2 weeks, and then it's going to be a month, and then the next thing you know, it's been almost 2 years. So yeah, I guess when the bad things start and you think, all right, this will end soon, it just keeps on going. It doesn't feel like it's been as long as it has, but it's certainly been a while, and just to put it into some perspective, the Flyers are now working toward maybe only the 5th time in franchise history something like this has happened. They've lost the last 6 in regulation, and it's only the 5th or 6th time something like that has happened. And really, to find the last time, you got to go back to 2008, which again, to you and me, probably feels like it was a few years ago, but that's not the case anymore. So this doesn't happen very often, fortunately. My hope is that once they break out of it, it's not going to happen again. You don't usually see this happen twice in a season, but again, it's just the whole thing is a little perplexing right now, and you're just kind of wondering when's the end going to come.
Yeah, hopefully lightning doesn't strike twice. But
right.
Think about that 2008, like you just mentioned. That was when somebody started kindergarten and then went all the way through to graduate high school. That's how many years that is, right?
Yeah.
That's a long time ago. Now, Brian, one of the things, and I've tackled this in the Flyers Daily episode, one of the things that I was kind of tossing around in this twisted head of mine was, does this look like a team that's ready to start winning, to end this? Because we've talked about this on the Flyers game day before, that sometimes a team, you watch them play and you go, well, they're winning games, but there's some losing coming. You can see it. And the opposite is true. You're losing some games, but this team's ready to bust out. I remember when they lost the 9 or 10 straight a couple of years ago, they looked like a team that was ready to break out. I remember Ron Hextall, the general manager at the time, met with the media and he said, I think we're playing pretty good hockey. This is going to end soon after like 8. And everybody freaked out. But it was true. They went on a run of like 6 of 7 and won, I think, a total of 9 of 11, their next 11.
Right.
But does this team have the look of a team that's ready to bust out? I'm getting a sense I'm not seeing that part yet.
I was starting to see it against Colorado.
Offensively.
You were starting to think, all right, well, the offense will get going now here. And then we didn't see it at all against New Jersey. And I'm a little interested to see tonight what happens when the Flyers come out and play in this atmosphere in Vegas, because Vegas is well known for the way the games are presented and everything that goes on around the games, whereas New Jersey the other night had all the charm of a school board meeting. I mean, there were 12,000 people in the building. There was nothing going on. It was just, it had to have been, you just standing there like, oh my goodness, this is just boring in here. And the game was
Sterile.
played that way.
Yeah.
So, a part of me is wondering, all right, did the Flyers play into the conditions and then New Jersey was able to take advantage of it and get, because we talked about the first period being a boring period, but that's what the Flyers needed in that game. And then, the second and third periods didn't work out that right. I'm hoping that maybe this is a team that comes out tonight and gets a little bit of energy, and not for nothing, but we've talked about this before, how big the ovation is that the Flyers get in certain road cities when they score, because there's so many Flyers fans there. This is one of them. Like, I remember the first time the Flyers were in Vegas and they scored a goal, and I was astonished at crowd reaction. It was like it was a home game. So maybe they can feed off of that tonight as well. Like, right now we're kind of looking for anything they can feed off of, but that could be something to look at tonight.
It's funny, you're right, because like New Jersey lulled teams to sleep with the way they played for years and years, because it's a boring style. And I mean, dare I say, Newark is a sterile environment, but you know what I mean? From an emotional
it's something.
point.
I don't know if sterile.
Well, but you're right too. Like in Vegas, with all the pomp and circumstance and theatrics and craziness of just the atmosphere there, and it's a Friday night in Vegas too, to boot, right? There's going to be an energy in that building. I do know personally some Flyer fans that traveled to this game because
they make a trip out of
Vegas on a Friday, right?
Yeah. Most people don't need an excuse to go to Vegas, but when they're presented with an excuse, they gobble it right up, right?
Yeah, and it's December. It's starting to get cold. You go to Vegas for a good long weekend, a couple of weeks before Christmas. It's not a bad idea. Matter of fact, I might see if I can book a one-way.
I was going to say, how quick can you get out there?
Yeah, really. I'll do the intermission coming up in just about 45 minutes time from out in Vegas. I'll get a quick eye, not a red eye. But it is the Flyers and Vegas Golden Knights from out in Vegas tonight. The Flyers with an opportunity to end this 10-game winless skid. It's in Vegas tonight, Arizona tomorrow. We'll have the first intermission for you coming up. Stay tuned. Tim Saunders, Steve Coates, they've got the countdown to face off and all the first period action live from Vegas, baby, right after this. Everybody, enjoy your hockey on the Flyers